Welcome to my garden. This is a tour of my back corner garden. Yesterday I did one of the front corner garden. Now this area is smaller than the front corner garden, and this has filled in so much for mid-June, and it is looking absolutely beautiful. I do feel though that I need to edit this a little bit next year and maybe move some of the plants to give a little breathing room. So we'll start with this back corner and work our way around. And back here is an azalea. I cage it up because I'm always afraid that the rabbits might end up eating it. And it is a very deep, dark, hot color. And it doesn't quite go with the colors in this bed. So I'm thinking of removing this and replacing it with an astilbe that I'll show you later. This one here is also an astilbe. It is a short variety, and it has these kind of more drooping flowers, feathery flowers, and I'm not seeing quite any buds on it yet. So I think it's a little behind because I did transplant it to this spot this year. Down here is an ajuga that I purchased this year, and I decided to cage it up just to be sure that it doesn't get eaten up and it has time to establish. And it's taken really a good hold here, and I hope to be able to divide it and kind of spread it out in this area. Now working our way over here, this is the hydrangea Twist and Shout, and I have several of them on the property. These were originally here in the house. Last year they didn't do so well, but this year it is just bursting with blooms. And what I'm really loving is that I used a soil acidifier, and a lot of it is this bluish purple, which I'm absolutely in love with. There's still some areas with pink, but for the most part it's looking beautiful with that blue purple color, and I think I will continue to do that because I absolutely love it in that color. Now back there are some foxgloves that have finished blooming, but they had looked so beautiful when they were in full bloom, and I will put a clip of that if I captured it, because I don't recall that if I did. Behind here is a dogwood, and this thing is getting so huge. It is a variegated dogwood, and I am absolutely in love with it. This is finally the first year that we have been able to keep the deer out of this section so that they don't eat it, and we can see its magnificence and getting so large in the background as a backdrop. I'm absolutely loving it. Again, I do have to edit out a few things just to give everything room. Now over here, I have a bunch of astilbes. I have planted all of these from bare root, and I've been trying to work on a video to get out on planting bare root astilbes. And most of them are a pink variety, but it looks like when I bought one of the bare roots, a white one snuck in there. And I am not mad about that one, because that white one is the one I probably will move to replace that azalea that I'm not loving the color. I do wish I had more of these white ones to have a bigger patch where the azalea is, but this one will eventually fill in and become bigger, and I can divide it. As for some of these other ones, I will have to decide on where I'm moving them to. Down here are some brunneras. This is Jack Frost that I purchased this year, and they are getting gobbled up by the astilbes. So that is something else that I may have to just move it out a little bit. I do have some room, and I can expand this bed just a little as well. And it did put out a few little flowers, but I think next year we should see a lot more of this flower and maybe get bigger as well. I have planted some feverfew in here, and this is a double variety, so it looks very yellow, but I am considering just taking that out and just only having this bed be astilbes, a juga, some foxgloves, and the hydrangeas. So I do want to edit out a few things out of here, and this will be one of them. And back here is another of the hydrangeas, Twist and Shout, and it is absolutely exploding also with blooms. I did put soil acidifier on this one, but it seems like I need a little more if I want this to be blue. But I do kind of like having two different color hydrangeas. It just gives a lot of interest, and I do really, really like that. And then back here are some more foxgloves that already bloomed and were looking absolutely gorgeous. I'm thinking of leaving up these stems for a while because I would like some seed to drop, and I'm hoping that a few would end up self-seeding, and because I really don't want to have to keep growing them every single year, and I'd like them to establish in this area if they could. So back there in this corner, I also have some ajuga, and it didn't have a name, so I don't quite know which one it is, but it does have some pretty purple foliage with some green mixed in, and it just took over this particular spot, and I had to cut it back a bit. And I've tried to spread it in other areas, and it didn't seem to like those spaces, so I think I would just let it be back there, and just control it over time. So that is this garden tour, and I hope you enjoy this short little tour for this small space. And this is I forgot to mention that this space is generally a shaded area. It only gets a few hours of sunlight. Plus, it is an area where it does get quite a bit of water because it is all the water goes downhill into this area. And so a lot of these plants do like to be very moist. And I think they definitely are liking this space. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.